right, folks, good afternoon. Welcome to Chattanooga. We're coming to you live, we hope, or as close to live as possible, from the AAA Girls State Soccer Tournament. Quarterfinal action right now. And it's the CPA Lions, the home team today, now being introduced, the starters. The Lions come in with a record of 18-2-2 on the season, region champion, sectional champion. They will face the Lady Knights of Sacred Heart out of Jackson with a record of 15-4-1. The teams come in with quite a contrast in their programs, primarily the fact that CPA is a perennial state tournament participant. We've been here each of the past 6 years, including 2 state final appearances. Last year's one of them. No state titles yet. Hoping this year will be the year. Lady Knights come in, by contrast, first state tournament. Not only that, it's only their second year of varsity soccer ever in the history of the school. So brand new program in many respects, and CPA much more familiar with this setting. We are at Chattanooga Christian School here at the base, essentially the base of Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga. It's a beautiful setting. You might be able to hear some wind blowing in the mic, I'm not sure, but it's extremely blustery today. Well, not extremely. It was worse last year, actually. But it is a windy, gusty day. Not too, it's chilly, but the sun's out right now on the field, which helps the players. It's going to go down, though, behind these trees as the game goes on. So it's the quarterfinal round, and you'll see the teams now shaking hands with the officials and with each other, I guess, fist bumps. Lady Knights come in wearing scarlet jerseys trimmed in white shorts. Lions in their familiar home white, trimmed in purple. Starters were announced just a moment ago. Of course, for CPA, it's a familiar look. Andress, Andress number 5 will play forward. You'll have Wegner, I think, is in the game too. We'll see. I know in the midfield you got the stalwarts, including Curtis, Wampler, and Conley. Back line is the rock-solid group of 2 seniors and 2 freshmen. That's the 2 Michaelas, Michaela Howell, the freshman, and Michaela Lee, senior, in the middle. And on the wings, you'll have Mary Morgan Smith, a senior, and Mary Morgan. Mojo Myers, she will be on the other side. Quite likely the left side. We'll see. So 2 freshmen and 2 seniors anchor the back line, and it's been a stingy one. Of course, in goal, it's the senior Meredith Roman. We are about 3 minutes away from the start, maybe less. We're going to start early. It looks like my watch says about 12:26 Central Time. Lions, you can see they're doing their thing. So it's about time for game time. And here we'll have the Lady Knights going from left to right. Lions getting a quick last team picture right there. And they'll break their huddle and come out going right to left on your video screen. Internet connection here, not always a guarantee. And so we hope it will continue and be uninterrupted throughout the game. Our trusty Verizon 4G card, so pray for that, if you will. I'm doing a little bit of double duty here with the camera, so maybe less talking from me, which actually my wife would agree is a good thing most of the time, and more visuals on the field. First half action, 40 minutes on the clock. Lions got here by defeating Giles County on Saturday. It'll be Wampler and Andress kicking off for CPA. We're underway. Quarterfinal action, AAA. Phil Newman, your Director of Communications, happy to be with you. Andress has the ball early. Played actually to Olivia Ball, who's back in the game. Olivia playing. There's Mary Morgan Smith on it now. Out to Lindsay Curtis on the left side. Out of bounds, though. Throw in for Sacred Heart. Based in Jackson, I mentioned. So West Tennessee team. newcomer here, coached by Kevin Odom. Lions coached by Brandon Gagliano, her 6th year at the helm. And every one of those years has been a state tournament appearance. Here's a through ball played. Jomo on the right side will be there. Now it'll be tracked down by Michaela Lee. Nice move right there. 2 nice moves. Passed it inside for Caroline Conley in the midfield. Conley out to Wampler. Wampler will look for options and go upfield toward Andrus, but it was cut off by Sacred Heart's defense. Big kudos to Sacred Heart for making it to state tournament in their 2nd year of soccer ever. If you didn't hear that earlier, their program is just less than 2 years old here, so big hats off to Sacred Heart. That's quite an accomplishment to win sectional and get to state in your 2nd year of having a program. So, you want to help? And we have a nice young man here, Tim from Sacred Heart. And yeah. So here we go. It's possessing the ball now is Emily Whitaker for Sacred Heart. Cross in the middle, goes off the knee, I think, of Conley, or perhaps off of Moore for Sacred Heart, and that will be the punt by Roman. Wampler has it now to Ball. Ball will go all the way across to Curtis. Will she now be passed or out of bounds? Girls perhaps trying to adjust to the speed of this pitch. The ball bouncing and going out of bounds. So we'll have to kind of dial it in. Header there by Curtis. Now to Conley. She's in the middle, challenged by Terrison Moore. Is it Terrison? And now it's Curtis down the wing. Curtis with a cross to Anders is there. Anders drops it off to Dye. Dye will shoot off to the right, out of bounds for a goal kick. Good pass by Curtis. And a good idea there by Mickey Dye. Dye, the newcomer this year, heading for Tennessee Tech next year. Great addition to CPA's roster this season. She's been outstanding. And you can hear that wind whistling perhaps, I think. On this, we're perched on a hill here at Chattanooga Christian. There is a pass to Ball. Nice pass from Jomo to Olivia Ball. Ball goes down the wing. Ball has it defended well. Goal kick is called there, defended well by number 44, Sadie Odom. I thought it might have been a corner kick, but referee was right there on the spot, the assistant referee. Tim, what year are you?
Sophomore.
Sophomore at Sacred Heart. Appreciate Tim's help here on camera. Here's a pass to Andrus. Andrus, it'll be played out for a throw-in. Nicely done there by Bistolfi, if I get that right. Janie Bistolfi on the defensive play. Throw-in taken by Jomo over there to Wamp. Wampler has it cleared away. Stepping up is Michaela Howell, nicely done. Taps it to Conley. Conley will just drop it off to Morgan Smith. Mary Morgan Smith, rather. Oh, nice through pass. What a ball. Well, not quite, but it was a great idea there by Mary Morgan to get it through to Lindsay. Lindsay, looks like Mary Morgan will take the throw in. Mary Morgan. Back to Wampler now. About almost 5 minutes played in this first 40-minute half of soccer. Here's a nice move by Ball. Ball stepping through the middle. Ball, will she shoot left-footed? She will. And I think that may have tapped. They're going to say goal kick. I think it might have tapped the goalkeeper right there. Is that Lauren Crow is the starting keeper. That ball was not going to go in the goal. It was off the right side of the goal, but I thought she may have gotten a finger on it or a foot. But anyway, it's a goal kick. So, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for being with us today. We're happy to bring this broadcast live from Chattanooga. Mary Morgan Smith has the ball out toward Curtis. Curtis, a senior, leading assist for the Lions. Nice ball for Anders down the line, but well shielded out of bounds there by number 5, Mary Claire Hatch. So Hatch, one of the defenders back there, for Sacred Heart, along with Alice Nelson, who's a junior. Lions started with the 4 I mentioned on the back line. Dye is in the midfield along with Conley, Curtis, Ball, Andrus up front. Wampler's in the game. Did I mention that? Yes. And, of course, Meredith Roman back in goal. Not much action on Saturday for Meredith and her sectional game against Giles County. Not much pressure on the goal. A little bit more the last Thursday in the region final. We'll see if today that is more the White House model or the Giles County model. Played up by Sacred Heart to midfield. On paper, you would have to say the Lions would be favored in this game just based on experience and having been here a lot and the tradition of the program. Of course, the game is played on this little green surface that you see in front of us here, the grass field, not played on paper, so anybody can win a soccer game on any given day. And at this level, when you're in the quarterfinals, you've got a shot. So CPA would hope, I would think they would hope to get on Sacred Heart early, get a goal or two early, and try to perhaps show that you are deserving to be favored in such a game. We'll see. Lions assistant coaches are Julie Curtis, Jay Wilkinson, along with Megan Blaylock, coaches middle school, outstanding coach. I call her Megan Blayrock because she does rock. Here's Lindsay Curtis. Curtis will look for Andrus. Yes, into space, but it's going to go out of bounds. Right now, I would say, initial assessment, Lions not quite as sharp as we've seen them the past couple weeks. They like to control that ball through the midfield, possess, knock it around, switch fields. Not a lot of that happening yet. So here's Conley. What will she do with it? Conley tries to get on the line. She still has the ball. Conley's still going, guarded by Bastolfi. And it's one away by Bastolfi. But Curtis comes back with it, heads it toward the middle, but no one's there except Sacred Heart. And Curtis, though, tackles nicely. Well done there by Sopchek for the Lady Knights. Here's Conley, though. Conley possesses in the middle. Mary Morgan steps through with a nice clear up to the front. Clock at 32 minutes to go. So we've played 8 minutes so far of this AAA state quarterfinal game. Winner will play the winner of the Chattanooga Christian versus Elizabethton game, which is actually over now, and that winner is Chattanooga Christian. So they advanced in the first game. The host team will play tomorrow in the semifinals at 3 o'clock against the winner of this game right here. 3 o'clock Central Time, I should say. Wampler trying to control, but it's still won by Sacred Heart and is possessed there by Sopchek, number 4. Ball goes down, and Meredith Roman is there. No big problem for Roman getting a touch on the ball. She'll throw it out toward Jomo. Newcomer this year also, I do believe, Joy Morgan Myers goes by Jomo. Pretty interesting. We have 2 Michaelas in the middle and 2 Morgans on either side of the defense, if you will. Mary Morgan and Joy Morgan. Here's Olivia Ball with the familiar yellow shoes. Through a pass. Well, can Curtis get there? Maybe. She does. Curtis has a chance. Curtis will make a move to inside. She'll cross it over. Dangerous ball, but it comes to the keeper. Nice job there by Lauren Crow. Thanks, guys. So Lauren with the save. That ball was interesting. Went all the way through the middle, and Lindsay was able to get there. And then take a kind of a shot/cross. Didn't really do much harm, though. No score here. 30.5 minutes remaining. Coach Gagliano is on the sideline exhorting, instructing the team. I can hear her over here. I think she's trying to get some things established that have not been yet. CPA has not played with the fluidity that we've seen them play with the past couple of weeks yet today. Wegner comes in the game. Out goes, who is that? Andrus. So there's Wegner with the ball. Wegner goes in at forward. She has the orange shoes and Halloween-colored shoes, if you will. Here's Wampler. Nice little step through to Dye. Dye has the ball taken away, though, nicely by Sacred Heart. And they'll play it up toward Whitaker. Now out of bounds off of the Lions. Whitaker playing up top right now, looks like for the Lady Knights. Mentioned 15-4-1 on the season Lions 18-2-2. And Sacred Heart played mostly Jackson/Memphis, West Tennessee teams. I don't see any common opponents for these two programs this year, so hard to really gauge. They haven't played against anybody in common, for what it's worth. Now the wind appears to have died down, which would be a nice gift for us up here if it has. Conley has the ball cut off. Lions not crisp. I'm just going to say that, be honest with you. So far they're not playing the way I know Coach Gagliano knows they can play. Here's a ball up toward Curtis, but it'll go too far. Great story this morning in the Tennessean about CPA and its success and its tradition of the team eating pumpkin muffins every game day for about the past 9 years. Kind of an interesting story. And in that story, Gagliano Coach said, if they play like they know how to play, they can play. They can beat anybody in this tournament if they play the way they're capable of playing. And that's certainly true. Right now, not seeing that full throttle yet. Goal kick taken. Dropped off nicely by the Lady Knights. Curtis is there. Can she steal away? Curtis disrupts it nice enough to get it to Wampler. Wampler will possess. It's still in bounds. Mary Morgan to Conley. Conley looking to control in the midfield. Conley will go to Wamp. Now over to Dye. That's a good play right there. Dye has some space. She'll put a through ball toward Olivia Ball. Too far. Out of bounds. Fast field so far. I think it's pretty dry. I don't think we've had not much in the way of rain. It's dry up here on the side too. Last year, not the case. A lot of rain last year and a lot of mud. Once again, big thanks to Tim, our friend Tim, our new friend from Sacred Heart, helping us out on camera. Big help. Big help, and heard from him that they have 85 students at Sacred Heart, and that's only high school, I think. It's a high school right now, so that's. In contrast, CPA close to 400. It's a little bit different size schools. We were kind of joking that a lot of the girls at the school are on the soccer team. Now, right now, look at the roster differences. The whole JV is here for CPA too. And if you saw the bench, you'd see there are four subs for the Lady Knights. So 15 soccer players on the team. Lions, by contrast, more than 20. More than that, more than 25, I think, on the roster, including varsity and JV. So that's a big difference. Once again, in soccer, though, you don't need to have a huge roster. You just need to have a good one. And you didn't make it a state unless you've got a good roster. So a formidable challenge today, Sacred Heart presents to Lions. Here's a foul going to be called against Sacred Heart's Whitaker. A little bit of maybe from behind on against Curtis. So Michaela Howell will take the free kick. If you're joining us from back at school, I hope you're watching and enjoying the broadcast, wherever you're watching. Howell's kick. Nice one in the box, at the top of the box, headed out, though, by Sacred Heart. Played there by Nelson, 22. Throw in for the burgundy-clad Lady Knights of Sacred Heart. Once again, we're at CCS, Chattanooga Christian School, home of the Chargers. Beautiful, crisp fall afternoon. You can see the girls most of the girls are wearing just their normal uniforms, not any hats or gloves, or a couple girls wearing tights. Looks like for Sacred Heart, but it's not cold enough. It's almost cold enough for that kind of stuff, but not quite. Here, maybe a corner, yes, off of Sacred Heart. So CPA wins its first corner kick of the game. Good job by Kara Wegner right there to put pressure on the end line, and it'll be Michaela Howell coming up from defense to attempt to take the corner kick. This is how they scored the first goal against White House last Thursday night when Lindsey Curtis headed one in off a late corner kick. Here comes the kick. Howell's kick is in the box. One hand off on it by the keeper there, Crow, and it goes out. CPA throw-in. So Crow is able to come out and get a hand on that one and disrupt any kind of a attempt at goal by CPA. Gusts have come back now. It's windy again. Here's a nice spin move by Curtis off the throw-in. She crosses it left-footed beautifully. It's in the box. It's loose still, and it's still loose. Kara Wegner has the ball. No, she loses it now. Crow came out, the keeper, made the initial save, but the ball was loose. And CPA still possesses, but they had a great chance. They had the best chance of the game with 24:40 on the clock in the first half. So we are about 15 and a half minutes into this game. Still no score, though. So it will be a goal kick taken by Sacred Heart. Lions' Maddie Andrus is back in the game. She's the leading scorer for the Lions. Out went, I think Wampler went out, yes. No, Wampler's still in. It must have been, I don't know who went out. Either way, maybe it was Ball. So, leading scorer, Andrus, but a balanced attack this year for CPA. Lots of goal scorers. We saw 7 goals on Saturday, and they can get them from anywhere pretty much. Mary Morgan Smith got a goal from the back line on Saturday. So the Lions, a potent, balanced attack. But Maddie Andrus, certainly newcomer. She arrived today. As a matter of fact, a year ago today in the quarterfinals, she was able to play for the first time. So 1-year anniversary of Maddie's CPA career, if you will. And there she is. She has the ball. Maddie cuts through. Maddie is one-on-one with the keeper. Maddie will pass it across. Oh, my goodness. Well, what a chance right there. Still alive, out of bounds now off of Sacred Heart. But Maddie got one-on-one with Crow. Okay. And Crow was able to come out and cut that off and had help. Maddie tried to slide it across toward Curtis, but it wouldn't quite get that far. CPA now with a couple of good chances, but nothing to show for it yet. Jomo has a long cross, high in the air, headed out. Nicely done right there by Winkleman. Curtis has it now to Mary Morgan Smith. Cleared away, though. We'll see if Connolly can win this ball, and she will, and she'll drop it back to Howell. Characteristically calm defense for CPA in that example among many. They are good at dropping back and covering ground. Here's Maddie. Maddie makes a move inside. Maddie has it kicked out of bounds off the end line for a corner kick. All right. Howell comes to take it. 22-15 remaining first half. So we are approaching the halfway point of the first half. 40 minutes per half. Here's Howell's kick. Andrus gets a head on it and goes toward goal, but right to the goalie, Crow. So good job for Andrus. She was on her back foot that time on the header, so didn't have the power behind it that you might like to have that going forward. If you think about a quarterback in football, throwing off the back foot versus the front foot, that was more of a back foot, so not as much thrust on the header. Still, it was on goal, so good chance there by the Lions. Here's Dye going through to Andrus. Andrus, will she wall pass it? No, that goes to Lindsay rather. Lindsay will cross it left-footed, high in the air, over the keeper's head. No. Wegner can't quite get her hips around it. Well, it almost went over Crow's head, but Crow was able to get 2 hands on it and slap it forward. And there was Wegner, but the ball bounced high enough that she couldn't quite get over it. That's what you say in soccer a lot. You want to try to get over the ball, get your hips over it, and come down on it. That time she couldn't quite do it, so it went over the goal for a goal kick. 21-11 on the clock. Well, when that wind dies down, it's just beautiful out here today. When the wind comes up, Ball's back in the game. Who's going out? Olivia Ball comes to the left side. I guess it maybe Curtis went out for a break. Ball is up toward Whitaker. And she will fight for it out of bounds. What's the call? It's a white kick, maybe a bit of a push called on Whitaker there, 24. She, the freshman midfielder. Looking at the roster here, boy, a lot of youth. 1 senior, and that's Bistolfi, number 10, plays defender. 1 senior for Sacred Heart. A lot of freshmen. And, well, a lot of juniors, too, I should say. Ball played out to the left side. Wegner is chasing, and it goes off of her out of bounds. Looking at the roster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 freshmen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 juniors for Sacred Heart. Only the 1 senior. So they're a younger team. Lions have a good mix of veterans and newer players on their roster, including several freshmen. Wegner's a freshman, Jomo's a freshman, Howell's a freshman. There's a ball played all the way up. No trouble really for Roman. She gets it toward the top of the 18. 18 referring to the penalty box. 18 yards out from goal. That time Roman punts it past midfield. Good power there. Roman, the Belmont commitment in basketball, will be playing for Belmont University next year. Of course, hoping to repeat at state this season. Basketball team winning state title last winter. Right now, of course, she's focused on soccer 100%. Roman had some outstanding play last year, including the winning save in the semifinal game here to defeat Notre Dame in PKs. Boy, that brings back memories of freezing my lips off. Couldn't talk at the end of that game, which, again, probably a blessing for many. Here we go. Throw in Sacred Heart. 19 minutes now flat to go in the first half. Throw in is made. Dye is there. Dye will get it out to Ball. Ball is pressured. She spins out of the pressure by Winkleman and crosses across toward Wegner all the way. Wegner has the ball bounce up on her. The field appears to be really hard, and the ball is bouncing rather high. Jomo with an attempt through. Now it's taken and picked up by Sacred Heart, but Jomo tracks back nicely. Good job by Joey Morgan there to get the ball to Wegner. Wegner will look inside for Andrus. Andrus tries to tap it over toward Wampler. Wampler can't quite get there. It's played out of bounds. No, it's still in bounds. Wegner's fighting for it. Wegner has it. Wegner crosses it. Wegner to the keeper. Crow is there to pick it up. 18-15 remaining. This is not what you wanted if you're CPA, to remain scoreless this long. You would hope to have pounced and scored an early goal or two, especially against a team that would appear, you would think, would be very loose. There's Michaela Lee with a beautiful defensive play. Shielding, though, loses the ball. Whitaker has it. Whitaker taps it into the middle and through back to Whitaker. Whitaker, the freshman, will get it outside to a teammate that will cross it. That was crossing dangerously in the middle, but it caroms out. Now Wampler has it to Dye. Dye, what will she do for? Looking for Wegner through. Yes, Wegner, can she get there? She has a lot of speed, but the ball trails more to the inside, tails more inside that time and out of the reach of Wegner's speed. 17-25 to go. Dye taps it ahead to Jomo. Jomo back to Wampler in the middle. Wampler, will she switch? She might. She'll cross. And it's for Andrus, but it's going to be in front of her. And Crow, I think, will get there. She'll clear it out. Crow started to go, and then she waited. And by the time she went again, she had to just clear it out of bounds. Olivia Ball will throw it in for CPA in the corner. She does toward Dye. Mickey Dye. The familiar pink headband there. Ball cleared out, though. And it's Lee getting it up to Conley now to Ball. Ball will cross, headed out. This wind is wreaking some havoc, at least up here. Maybe down on the field, too. The wind, I think, is probably playing tricks with the ball, if I had to guess. And that ball gets up in the air, it's going to move. Wampler toward Wegner, but over her head. Wegner was cutting inside, and Wampler played her more outside. So Sacred Heart now controls, relieving pressure for them. But Jomo now has it. Dye. So CPA repossesses, and there's a through ball toward Andrus, but it's again going to tail inside. Played out nicely there by number 5, Mary Claire Hatch for Sacred Heart. 16-15. Out will come Wampler, maybe. Yes. Back in will come Lindsay Curtis. Lions, though, in the game have Smith, the same back line, same familiar back line. Jomo is, in fact, throwing it over on the far side there. And then they've got Curtis, Dye, Conley, middle, Wegner, Andrus, and Ball, I think it's a 4-3-3, 4 backs, 3 mid, and 3 forwards. Of course, they play a lot of interchangeable parts. CPA does. Will move girls. Midfielders will move up. Forwards will help back. That's the way soccer is played when it's played its best. It's you can switch around on the field and go where you need to go. 15 and a half minutes to go first half. Whitaker there, but Conley wins it. Now comes back to her teammate Winkleman. Winkleman controls momentarily, but now it's one back by CPA. Curtis up to Ball, now to Andrus, but it's going to be played back to Mary Morgan Smith. Smith will go outside with it, and she'll get there before Ball and play it in, but it's going to be won by Sacred Heart. Up the side, long ball. Shouldn't be a lot of trouble. It will go out, I think, yes. So good job by Michaela Lee to be patient right there and let it roll out. Lee is a solid back center defender along with Howell, and Lee just plays with what looks to be ice in her veins. In other words, she's very cool and calm and steady. That's another good word for that. Jomo up to Wegner at right mid. Wegner toward Andrus. Andrus, who had drifted over to the right side. 14:30 to go, first half. No score here in the quarterfinal game from Chattanooga. Here's Wegner, though. Wegner will cross it. She will, but it goes right pretty much to the keeper inside the 6-yard box right there. Nice job by Crow. Really needs that ball needs to be a little bit either up in the air more or away from the keeper or back away. We'll see if CPA can adjust to that later. Here's Dye with a nice play, holding her headband in her hand still. Look at Dye with the headband. It has come off. It's too windy, I guess, and she's holding it in her hand. Multitasking. There's Wegner. Wegner, though, cuts inside the defender, has it taken away. Nice job there by the defender, Sadie Odom Jr. Howell steps up and will switch it all the way across. Nobody going to be there. Olivia Ball tracks back, and she'll drop it off to Mary Morgan Smith. Smith going to go back to ball, or try to, but it's cut off by Sacred Heart there. Now, Dye, still holding the headband in her hand. Conley will go toward Wegner. Nice ball by Conley right there. Wegner controls it. Wegner, can she cross? Wegner tries to cross it. It's deflected off a defender and out of bounds. A nice attempt to save there by Coach Julie Curtis from the sideline. Curtis elevated that time. Good to see Julie Curtis with some hops right there. Just a tangent there of entertainment, watching one of the coaches jump about how far in the air was that? A few inches at least. All right. More subbing for CPA. I don't think we've seen any subs yet for Sacred Heart. None yet. Okay. Tim confirms that. Here is Sacred Heart, though, bringing the ball out toward Whitaker, the forward. I think it looks like they play kind of a 4-5-1 maybe. I'm not sure. Well, no, maybe a 4-4-2. There's another forward up there on the left side right now, and that's – I lost track of the number. She has the ball right now. It's coming to her. And there she goes down the wing. 12. Say again. Graham. Thank you, Graham. Yes, Graham, the sophomore midfielder, had the ball momentarily. Lions, Conley drops it back to Howell. Now she'll switch it across to Mary Morgan. Lots of time right here. She has space if she wants to attack it. She will, and then go toward Curtis. Curtis has it. Curtis will ricochet it off a defender. Clear it out. Just under 12 minutes to go, 11:57. This is the kind of game you want right now if you're Sacred Heart. Keep CPA out of the goal, and look for a chance to counterattack Curtis. CPA would definitely like to put some balls in the net, or at least one before halftime. We said earlier, soccer is the kind of game where you often you win or lose based on a razor-thin margin. The ball goes in by an inch or out by an inch, hits the post, doesn't go in, and you don't have to necessarily be teams aren't quite as strong can beat teams that are stronger. It just depends on the day and how the ball bounces. So soccer is a dangerous game. Also, you wonder if CPA is at all tight, coming in knowing that they are perhaps favored to go to the final again. And maybe Sacred Heart's looser because, hey, we made state and we have nothing to lose. We've overachieved, achieved more than we thought we would perhaps. I don't know, I may be speculating, but the point is CPA has to remain loose and not get too tight in this game because tightness in soccer can result in being not quite as crisp. The looser you are and kind of relax, just play your game, the better off. That make any sense? We'll see. Here's a cross, a switch to Olivia Ball. Ball back to Dye. Dye will just tap it out to Jomo. Jomo the cross, up in the air, high, in the box, toward Andress. Gets a head on it. Wampler's there. Wampler will shoot. Left-footed, can't quite get the power on it. And it's cleared out. What a chance right there for the Lions. Here's going to be a goal kick. So Andress got a great header on it, the back of her head. She flicked it behind her, and Wampler was right there, but Wampler appeared to either stumble or just couldn't, or the ball took a strange little squirt. Anyway, she couldn't quite get all the power she wanted on that left-footed shot. That was a beautiful point-blank chance for CPA, and it's 10 minutes to go, first half, still no score. Whitaker pressuring Mary Morgan. Mary Morgan steps over nicely. Done. Wow, beautiful play right there by Mary Morgan Smith to step over and tap it to Conley in midfield. Here's Andress. Is she on? Oh, whistle flag goes up, and so she must have been just barely offside. Andress there, and if you are a new soccer watcher, offside means you're behind the second to last defender at the time of the pass, and if you play the ball, it goes toward you and you play it. That's an offside call. Usually the goalkeeper is most often the last defender, so usually a defender will be the second to last defender, and you got to wait, time your run. So the pass is made, then you go past that defender and play it. That time, Whitaker. Whitaker trying to win the ball. Mary Morgan will shield her off back to Lee, and Ball has it. Can Ball tap it back to Jomo? Not quite. Nicely done there by Sacred Heart to win that ball. That was Anna Easley, 23. .850 on the clock. Push called against Sacred Heart right there. Whistled against Graham. So Lions, can they get some momentum going before halftime? Well, they've certainly had chances. On balance, they've had more chances than Sacred Heart, far more actually. But they only count if they go inside those white posts into the net. Otherwise, it's not a goal. So 0-0. I'm just really joking there. Conley taps it back to Mary Morgan, who'll look for Curtis, perhaps. Yes. Curtis trying to make a move, can't get free. Well defended right there by Sacred Heart's Winkleman. Smith toward Curtis. Heads it over her head. Played out to Conley. Conley gets a head on it there, taps it, nicely done to Wampler. Wampler will cross it in the middle, looking for Andrus, but it was cut off. Once again, that's been the story of the game. CPA has had chances, and Sacred Heart's been able to just get a foot just in the right spot at the right time to deny the chances so far for CPA. Here's Dye. She'll tap it over to Jomo. Can CPA settle down and play their kind of game? I would bet they will eventually dial it in. Here's Andrus. Andrus defended. And still defended. 2 players came over to help. Now the clock, it's under 7:30. Myers has it. Dye taps it to Conley. Steps inside, now over to Wampler. Wampler, what's she going to do? Probably play it back or to the side to Jomo. Jomo crossing for Dye. Taps ahead over toward Lindsay. Not there. Conley. Wampler fighting for it. Now won by Whitaker. And she'll try to get it up to her teammate Sopchak, but it wasn't quite enough. Out of bounds, CPA throw-in. Coach Kevin Odom, 4 subs for Sacred Heart. Hasn't used any of those yet, I don't think. And Lions have subbed fairly frequently. We'll see if depth is an issue. That's something else that could be a key to this game, is the depth. If the Lions have more energy later in the game because they've been able to stay fresh. There's Conley tying her shoe. And she will get a foot on the ball. Anyway, good job by Conley to recover from the shoe tie. And she has the ball now up to Wampler, trying to go one touch to Dye. But it's going to be off the target. Here comes Curtis. Curtis, will she get a call there? No, it'll be a throw-in. She was defended really closely there by Winkleman again. And the call went against just a throw-in. Here's Curtis with a right-footed cross toward Andrus. Andrus trying to win. Sacred Heart's playing very compact defense right now. That may be their strategy, is to play a lot of defense, look for a counterattack. Here's a shot taken by Wampler off the foot of a defender. Almost there is Andrus, but it comes to Crow, the keeper. That ball ricocheted off the foot of defender Hatch, Mary Claire, and almost was dangerous. Here's a header going back behind Mary Morgan. Howell gets a head on it, and Conley has a chance. Boy, the wind is really blowing now. It's gusting from behind us, mostly, I think. Lee steps through. A nice tackle on Whitaker. Referee says play on. Wampler will go all the way to Wegner. Or is that Ball? That's Ball over there. Dye has it, though. Dye. But Crow comes out. Crow, my impression of Crow so far, she's very athletic, and she's very quick. And she's able to pounce out like a cat on a mouse to cut off any balls that have been in the 18 so far. Conley will just play it back now to Howell. Over to Jomo. Out of bounds. .443 remaining here in the first half of this quarterfinal contest. Jomo heads it up. Dye, way up in the air. Brought down really nicely there by Sacred Heart. Now Dye has it back to Wampler. Wampler will lift it up. That's dangerous. But there is Crow able to back into her goal and then judge that one. It could have bounced over her head, I guess, theoretically. But she was did a good job of getting a beat on that one. Conley with a tap. Nice. Up to Wegner. Back to Conley now. No goals. 3:50 remaining in the first. CPA would have hoped to have gotten one by now or more. Here's a nice ball from Wampler to Curtis. Curtis stepping through. Played out of bounds off of Winkleman. Corner kick for the Lions. And up will come Howell once again, the freshman. Are you on the soccer team too?
I play soccer.
Tim plays soccer for Sacred Heart? All right. Second year for the girls. Have the boys been playing longer than that?
3 or 4.
3 or 4, okay. So here we go, the corner from Howell. Look for Curtis here, near post, or in the middle. Curtis gets a head on it and scores the exact same kind of goal they got against Whitehouse. Howell to Curtis. Lindsey Curtis with the header into the net. No chance for Crow, and it's 1-0 Lions with 3:11 to go in the first half. Well, we called it there. Not sure you can scout for that, but Curtis was in the middle of the goal, and Howell's corner kick went right to the spot. And Curtis, that was an identical goal to the one against Whitehouse in overtime last week. And the Lions lead in the state tournament quarterfinal game 1-0 with just about 3 minutes remaining here in the first. And we'll see, here's Wegner. Wegner breaking through. Wegner has a lot of speed. Wegner, will she shoot? She will, and it's off to the right and out of bounds for a goal kick. Could that be something that might get CPA focused? That goal might be a momentum shifter and unleash some other goals. See Coach Mike Elson on the far side talking to, looks like Mo Pat's down. Maurice Patton from Tennessee appears to be covering the game over there. Once again, the story this morning was a really nice article about the Lions and the success in soccer. Quoted Coach Gagliano, quoted Mary Morgan Smith as well. Talked about the girls' pregame pattern and pregame meal and prayer and the pumpkin muffins that started with, I think, Mrs. Conley. Here's a nice pass from Mary Morgan to Curtis. Curtis has the ball still. Curtis will cross it left-footed toward Wegner. Wegner gets a tap on it, and it's still trouble. Olivia Ball will go over there and pursue it. Played out nicely, though, by Sacred Hearts easily. Listed as a striker, but playing defender right now, it looks like. The freshman. Throw in from Jomo to Conley. Conley, will she step? Will she cross? Yes, she will. Toward Curtis. Curtis, now Wegner taps it generally back toward Mary Morgan. Mary Morgan will step through. She may shoot, too. Wampler with a touch toward Wegner. No, played out. Dye is here. 1.5 minutes. Another goal certainly would be gigantic if the Lions could tap one in. They have the momentum. Can they cash in on that? We'll see. Played out. Myers has it. Conley. Now to ball. Nice through ball. 2-ball from Conley. Ball's right-footed cross. It's in the goal. Well, nice job by Olivia right there. And Olivia scores goal number 2 by lifting it over the head of Crow. Crow really couldn't do much about that, and the Lions lead 2-0 here with about a minute to go in the first half. Here the Vuvuzela down there. A few students have made their way to Chattanooga, it looks like. Yep, from CPA. To cheer on the girls. Dye fighting for it at midfield. So Olivia, those lucky yellow shoes, is able to lift that one. It might have been intended to be a cross. I don't know. But either way, it was placed over the head of Crow and went in. Curtis looking for Wegner. She will. Yes, she will. Right down the line. There's Wegner running on with the speed. The fast freshman. Cuts it back inside. Wegner crossing in the direction of Ball. But now it's Wampler who takes a move. Wampler, will she shoot? Yes. Played off the back of easily right there. Out of bounds Lions. 20 seconds to go here in the first half. That was big for CPA, for the momentum shift. They finally broke through with a goal about 3.5 minutes to go in the half, and then tacked on number 2 with balls, lifted ball, a cross slash shot that went in. Assist right there I didn't see. I'm not sure if it was, there's halftime. So I'm not sure if that was, the assist was made by maybe Jomo over there on the far side, I'm not sure. So first half is over, and we'll be back with you in about 10 minutes for second half action.
TSSAA would like to thank ActionPixTN.com, the official photographer of the TSSAA. You can purchase pictures for the state championships at www.actionpixtn.com.
A burning vision for a Christ-centered school was central to the ministry of Christ Presbyterian Church at its founding in 1981. The original building on this campus was designed primarily for Christian education and held the first worship service on May 13, 1984. After considerable sacrifice and prayer, Christ Presbyterian Academy opened its doors on September 3, 1985. It began as a kindergarten through 6th grade elementary school with 124 students and 11 faculty members. A grade was added each year until the original 6th grade class eventually became the first graduating class of 8 seniors in 1992. Christ Presbyterian Academy operates within a triangular partnership of home, church, and school, all building into the lives of students. As a covenant school, every family has at least one Christian parent who trusts that our covenant-keeping God will maintain their family's line of faith by bringing their child to a saving relationship with Jesus Christ. By choosing Christian education, parents embrace both belief in God's faithfulness and also parental responsibility to raise their children according to God's truth. This philosophy brings families to CPA from 30 different zip codes in the mid-state that represent about 75 different churches. Every education has a worldview. In Christian education, the worldview is based on the truth of God, which is revealed in His Word, the Bible, and made flesh in the person of Jesus Christ. Through a Christian worldview, we see that God is the inspiration of great art and literature, the sovereign director of events throughout history, and the author and creator of the physical world. Under the guidance of wise and godly faculty members, students at CPA have the opportunity to thoughtfully reflect upon and apply a Christian worldview to all facets of the academic disciplines. It means viewing everything from the complex formulas of physics to the American Revolution to the epic poems of Homer through the lens of the gospel. With precision and excellence, CPA teaches students how to filter all knowledge and life through God's truth. Students are equipped to impact our culture by making great films, writing great literature, producing great music, leading successful businesses, healing through medicine, being godly spouses and parents, or doing whatever it is God has specifically called them to do with excellence and for God's glory. Our school motto is Soli Deo Gloria, which is Latin for To God Alone Be the Glory. We strive to bring honor to God in every aspect of the academy and each student's life. Whether our students are involved in fine arts, athletics, student government, rigorous academic classes, or any other aspect of the school, the scope of that experience is designed to develop their God-given gifts and bring glory to Him. Ultimately, knowledge must be applied in order to take root and grow. Thus, students have the opportunity to learn through experience beyond the traditional classroom. Everyone is a creative being made in the image of a creative God. Studying the concepts of color, light, form, rhythm, harmony, order, and expression reveal more of the character of God. Therefore, CPA believes that studying and participating in fine arts are necessary for a strong education. Through opportunities for growth in understanding, appreciation, and enjoyment of different art forms, all students are encouraged to discover their relationship to the arts. God has gifted each individual with unique talents and abilities in order to accomplish His purposes, and it is important to provide a learning environment for students to uncover and exercise their different artistic talents and abilities. The athletic program at CPA is designed to develop characteristics that allow students to win with humility, lose with grace, and persevere to achieve goals. Teams from elementary through high school compete in a structure that is age-appropriate, competitive, and focused on skills. Athletics promote individual development and discipline, willingness to sacrifice for the team, and pursuit of the highest degree of excellence possible. Participating in athletics allows students to connect and interact with a wide variety of schools throughout Middle Tennessee. Having an athletic program is not what makes us special. The difference at CPA is having the privilege to share Christ in a unique way through our words and actions as athletes, coaches, parents, friends, and family members. Teaching servant leadership is also a key element for students from kindergarten through 12th grade. All students are given opportunities to participate in mission-minded activities that flesh out the love of God by serving others. Every year, student-led service projects support ministries and organizations both here in Nashville and around the world. As CPA strives to produce leaders for the next generation, we teach students that true leadership is found in service. Whatever they do in life and wherever they may go, they are prepared to make an impact by exercising their faith. CPA has graduates scattered throughout the nation and the world, armed with God's truth, proclaiming His message of faith, hope, and love. Alumni can be found serving in areas such as healthcare, law, business, construction, professional arts and athletics, missions, and practically any other occupation you can imagine. CPA students have gone on to play college sports and signed Division I scholarships in basketball, football, volleyball, soccer, cross country, track, swimming, baseball, softball, and golf. Fine arts students have achieved successful careers, including winning Emmy Awards, appearing in primetime shows on NBC and ABC, signing record contracts with RCA and other major labels, performing on Broadway, and appearing in motion pictures and more. CPA has always defined its greatest success by the words of 3 John 4. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children are walking in the truth. Seeing our students come to know God is our highest calling.
Struggle with another one, too. I guess Sopchak? Sopchak. Sop. Hopefully your mom, is she watching? Do you know if your mom's watching?
I know my mom is. I think this is my friends.
Yeah, if you don't mind, ask her if she can hear it and see it, and, because you never know how it's going out there. All right. Well, it says here 14 seconds. No one's ready to play yet, though. This stuff? Yeah, we have the. Basically, it's just USB goes from the computer up to the video camera into the soundboard. Yeah, and we're on the internet, so I got this.
Let's go, ladies!
Internet card.
You got this! To a website or a radio station?
It's a website. So it's going to. Yeah, I do play-by-play here. Do you do broadcasting at all?
Just
Interested in
in
it?
general. I've done a little bit of interest in broadcasting.
Well, here, so you can see the interface looks like that, and that's what I'm seeing right here. You can also switch to live stream, which should show you what people are out there seeing. And I hope they're seeing the game. I haven't checked it today yet. It's just buffering, so that's what they're seeing on their screen. Good, so that's great. We're close to being live. That's maybe a little bit of a delay because of buffering, but you can put different overlays. You can.
Seems rather simplistic, too. It's annoying when things get overcomplicated.
And welcome back. It's halftime. We're about to begin the second half, though, here from Chattanooga Christian School. CPA taking on Sacred Heart in the quarterfinals of the AAA state tournament. Lions lead 2-0 at the half. 2 late goals scored. The first by Lindsay Curtis and the second one by Olivia Ball. If you're just joining us or joined us late, great story out of Jackson. Sacred Heart, their second year of soccer ever, 15-4-1, and they're at state. Lions have been here 6 years in a row. And and they've been in the state final twice, including last year. So we'll see if the Lions can survive this game and advance. There's Whitaker, now Wampler has it. Lions going left to right now on your TV screen, or your computer screen, or your mobile device. Michaela Lee wins the ball. Does she? Not yet. Easley has it for a moment. Easley passes it. Now it's up to Whitaker. Whitaker will drop it off to Easley. Easley will try to cut inside. Plays it back to the middle. There's Conley, though. Conley has it. So now we have Mary Morgan Smith shielding. Playing on the right side of Mary Morgan. That's different from first half. Jomo, they switch sides, I think. Here's a ball up toward Andrus. Nice play, nice ball there. Can she get there? Instead, it's Mary Claire Hatch who gets there and plays it out of bounds. Throw in for the Lions. Olivia has it down the line. Yes, Olivia, the goal scorer, number 2. Nice clear out of bounds, though, by Odom. The sun is shining. The wind has died down for the moment. It's a beautiful day, really, out here. There's Mary Morgan Smith trying to cross it. Disrupted by the Lady Knights. They in the burgundy. Here's Whitaker. Whitaker, a freshman, trying to get past Lee. Lee will have a good stride there. And what a step through by Howell, the freshman. Nicely done over to Jomo. So good D there by the Lions. They're known for that rock-solid defense this season, especially. Many seasons, actually. Here's Wegner over to Wampler. Wampler is pressured in the middle by Bastolfi, the lone senior on the squad for Sacred Heart, number 10. Young team. Ball throws it in. Passed up, though, by Nelson. Midfield, Sacred Heart will control. Going through, Conley cuts it off. That might be a handball there. I'm not sure. Must have... that goes unintentional. Here's Curtis. Curtis up toward Wegner, the freshman, looking for the ball. Karam's off her. Wegner, a little 1-2 between Wegner and Wampler. Wampler will go out to the right, too far, I think. Yes, the idea was to get the ball to Olivia Ball, heading down the line, but it went out of bounds. Play almost in the goal. Not quite. So it'll be Crow. On the punt. Here's Conley. Conley to Andrus. Walter will shoot off to the left side. So nothing much there. Dangerous. 2-0 Lions, 36 minutes to go in the second half. Header by Curtis. Trying to get our internet connection reestablished. Right now it's not working. Corner kick will be taken by Michaela Howell. There we go. And we're back online. Howell taking the kick. In swinger. Ooh, off the side of the goal for a goal kick. You would think. It's windy up here on this hill. Maybe windier up here than on the field. This hill might block some of the wind for the players looking down from our perch right here. First game was won by Chattanooga Christian. I think it was 4-0 over Elizabethtown out of East Tennessee. So from East Tennessee, it'll be CAK remaining. Christian Academy Knoxville, they're undefeated, 21-0-3. They are in the other side of this bracket. Semifinal, or rather quarterfinals. Elizabethton against Chattanooga Christian in the first game. This game right here, CPA leads 2-0. Next game right after this one will be White House, very familiar opponent for CPA. Will be taking on Notre Dame, whom CPA defeated in the semifinals last year. And then the last game of the night, here's a header, just off the leg of Bastolfi. And nicely cleared by Sadie Odom. Lions have a throw-in. Here's Ball. Ball cuts inside, tries to win the ball, can't quite do it. Conley dips her head. It's up toward Graham. Jomo gets it back. That is Winkleman, right? On the far side, but now Conley gets it back from Howell. Down the line goes, out of bounds, a throw-in, I think, for CPA, yes, off of Sacred Heart. Well, if you're watching this and you're able to hear my voice, I know we're having some internet connection problems right now. Just refresh your screen, try to refresh the page, and it should come back on. Our Verizon card has been a little finicky this afternoon. 32-30 to go in the second half. Lions lead 2-0. Ball goes through, a little bit dangerous. It'll be played out of bounds. That time by Nelson. Throw in will be taken by Mary Morgan. She makes the throw to Conley. Conley to Smith. That's going to go out of bounds harmlessly for a goal kick. It's a 32-09. Right now, looks like the Lions putting a lot of pressure on, as they were doing in the first half, and Sacred Heart hoping to counterattack. Playing a lot of defenders right now, though. They've got a lot of players playing in their defensive half. Nice goal kick taken right there, but Conley heads on it. Conley. Ball. Wampler. Through ball, nice play toward Olivia. Olivia gets there, out of bounds. Tapped out right there by Alice Nelson, junior midfielder. Wampler to ball again. Will she cross it? Maybe. Yes, left-footed cross toward Mickey Dye, but it's cut off by Bastolfi. Now Wampler. Now Conley. All the way back to Howell. She will play it wide to Myers. Guarded there by Bastolfi. Cross to Wampler. Wampler takes a touch inside, but it's going to go all the way to Crow. Lauren Crow, the keeper there. Wampler was trying to get a touch on that one and just maybe step through and shoot, but the first touch went off. They're a little bit too far in front of her. Back to Crow now. We are online, I know that. And if you can hear me, apologize for the internet connection challenge that we're having right now. Just refresh the page if it goes blank or if it freezes, and we'll try to get back online. Here is a through ball to Olivia. Olivia, what's she do? She spins, she shoots off the left foot of Crow. Nice save by the keeper right there. And tackle, Mary Morgan is tackling and fighting for it against Sacred Heart's Sadie Odom. Throw in for Mary Morgan. Big hats off to Lauren Crow right there on an outstanding save. Good shot, too. Here's oh, my goodness, what a cross. Olivia crosses it to Andrus, and Maddie gets a head on it, but it goes over the goal. So that was a great chance for CPA as well. The play before that, Crow put her left foot out and made the nice save on the point-blank shot. So, or it would have been 3-0 at that point. Still 2-0 Lions lead. And just under 30 minutes remaining second half. Conley gets a head on it. Strong in the air, Conley with the head. Andrus to Wampler. Wampler, oh, one nice play right there, but a little too far for Mickey Dye. Curtis with the cross. Andrus tries to get a head on it, but it's defended. It'll be a corner, I believe. Andrus was trying to get a head on it, but instead it was headed out of bounds off the end line by Alice Nelson. Let's give big appreciation to our camera videographer here, Tim from Sacred Heart, sophomore for the Knights, soccer player, outstanding scholar, gentleman, big help. Is he a scholar and a gentleman? For the most part. We appreciate the help. Today we had trouble getting some help on the camera, so big thanks to Tim for stepping in. All right, 28-45. Cleared out by Sacred Heart off the back line. Off the back, out of the back, I should say. That's going to bounce off of Jomo, then it ricochets off of Sacred Heart before going out of bounds. That was Winkleman. Met her parents at halftime. Very nice family. Here cheering on their daughter. Cut off by, yes, Mary Morgan gets there. Not a bad idea. Mary Morgan cracks one from way outside. She scored on Saturday in a similar fashion against Giles County later in that game. Goal kick will be taken this time by Nelson. Lions up 2-0. They will play, if they win, they'll play Chattanooga Christian here tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central. So fans, if you're watching, hope you can maybe try to make it down or tune in. We will bring you the broadcast. That's the plan anyway. Tomorrow afternoon from right here in the same exact spot. If this game ends with CPA in the lead. All right, 27-30 on the clock, second half. AAA quarterfinals. Give you a couple of the stats. I've got them right here. Andrus, leading scorer. One of the leading scorers, 13 goals. Wegner, the freshman, has 7 goals. Olivia Ball, 13, also 13, along with Maddie. I should say they're tied. They were tied actually coming into today. Now Olivia has scored, how Have they both scored? No, Olivia scored 1, so she has 14 on the season today, as of today. Curtis with 11 goals and 10 assists. She's the leader in assists. Meredith Roman, 75 saves on the season, 13 shutouts. And it's a very balanced team. Here's a cross from Curtis in toward Dye, rather. Now Curtis is able to step through and win it back. Curtis left-footed toward the goal. Crow is able to recover after initially bobbling. So Roman is going for what would be, I think, her 14th shutout. Of course, it's a team thing, and you got to give all the credit, most of the credit, well, to the whole team, not just one player. Nice job, step over move by Curtis. And the back line for CPA, of course, is a large reason why they've had 13 shutouts. And nice, well, maybe. Can Curtis get there? Not quite. It's won and cleared out of bounds right there by Hatch. 25-45. Now they're announcing the final game will be broadcast live also here on the TSSAA network. It's 10 a.m., I think, Central Time on Saturday for whichever two teams survive the brackets and get to the final. Last year, CAK defeated your Lions in that game 3-1. Wampler, Conley. Mary Morgan, right-footed, maybe dangerous, but over the goal and just off to the right. Mary Morgan wants a goal. Perhaps. All right. Internet connection still good? Yes. Goal kick coming. Taken there. Headed on by Jomo. Still in bounds. Wegner gets it. It's Wegner. Back to Jomo. Taps it over to Wampler. Wampler might switch fields. She will. Conley cutting through. Well, those burgers smell good, too. All right. Mary Morgan. Smith up to Conley. Now there's a chance for ball, but it may go too far. It will. Crow will come out. I said it before. Lauren Crow does a good job of covering a lot of ground at keeper. 2 goals, really, she couldn't do anything about. One was a beautiful corner kick from Howell into Curtis for the header. And the second one was just a nice lifted ball by Livia Ball over the head of Crow. 24 minutes now remaining, barring overtime. Michaela Lee. Give a shout out to Michaela Lee's friend, Alex Phillips, if he's watching. Maybe he's here. I'm not sure. He may be down there watching. I should say, if you're a parent, a CPA parent, there's Nikki Dye playing it through toward the goal, but Crow is able to come out and scoop it up. If you're watching and you're a CPA parent, if the Lions win this game, there will be an early dismissal option tomorrow. Look for an email on that with details. It'll be early dismissal for students who wish to come down to the game, and there will be a CPA bus leaving at noon from campus if CPA wins this game. There's Conley to Wampler, and that's still a big if with 23 minutes to go. Lead by 2 goals, but soccer can change in a minute, instant. The momentum can shift if you're not careful. Played up to Andrus. Andrus by herself, being delayed there by Odom. Here's Wampler. Cross toward Wegner. Clear it up, though. Really nicely done there by, I'll get it in a second, Nelson. Alice Nelson. Save, not quite. Out of bounds off a ball. So I was saying, if you're a parent, look for an email coming from the school with details about early dismissal tomorrow and a bus, a fan bus coming down, a student bus leaving at noon from campus. Students who are in the situation of having a D or F as of 3 p.m. today will not be allowed to dismiss. What a nice ball there to Wegner. Can she get there? Wegner is able to beat. Good play by Crow, though. They may call a foul on that. Called a throw-in. Nice hustle by both players, Wegner and Crow right there. Wegner appeared to get there first, but Crow was able to tap the ball out of bounds the last second. 21:50 on the clock. Now second half, we play 40-minute halves. Here's Anders fighting for it. Maddie will drop it back. Conley. Dye has it now. Dye to Wegner. What will she do? Switch it across off the referee. Anders has it. Maddie trying. Oh, goes down in the box. No call there. Probably a good no call. Howell. Wampler fighting for it. Joy Morgan, I should say. Whitaker taps it. Mary Morgan Smith's there. A little bit of a pass back to Lee. Now toward ball. I was going to say Maddie Andrus is a junior, so she'll be back next year. Lions have a lot of youth, a lot of mixture of youth and experience on their team. Some of the seniors include Wampler, Curtis, Roman, of course, Mary Morgan Smith, Michaela Lee. They will lose some good senior leadership. Kendall Miller, also a senior, Mallory McCullough as well. So Lions will have some players they lose after this season that will be a challenge next year, but they also have a lot of good young talent. Dye crossing it out of bounds, deflected off of Sobchak. 20 minutes now roughly. So we have played 60 out of the 80. Header will go to bounds off of Moore. So a corner kick coming up, and it'll be taken by Howell once again, the freshman. We talked about the seniors that are going to graduate. The freshmen, we got Wegner, Howell, and Myers contributing significantly as freshmen this year. In comes, is that McCullough? Can't tell. Out will go Andrus for a break. Here comes Howell's kick. It's a low one this time, and it's going to be played out. No, it's not McCullough in the game for CPA. It's actually, well, I'll get that number right. Is that Payne? No, I'm sorry. I'll get it right in a second. I can't see that far. She heads the ball nicely there. It's actually, oh, forgive me. I don't have it. That is not a number I have. Is that Drummond? Nope, it's not. It may be. I apologize. I can't tell who that is. But we'll get that one right for next game. Not on the roster and not on everybody's face yet, I guess. I thought I did. But here's Wampler. We'll tap it. No, yes, tap it through toward Wegner. But it's played off a defender back to Jomo. Conley has it now. 18:43. Dye will shoot. Ricochets off of Sobchak. Lions putting the pressure on again. And another sub will come in momentarily, it looks like, for CPA. Out goes Conley. I'm deeply sorry I don't know who number 29 is, folks. If you're her parents watching, I apologize, and we'll figure that out for next game. Smith, short throw to ball. Ball, nice step over move. Will she cross? Yes, who's there? Off the header. Wegner has a chance. Wegner taps it back to Curtis. Curtis will shoot over the goal off to the side. She goes down on all fours to go, oh, I can't believe it. She had at least half of the goal open, and Curtis knows it. She shot that one off and over. 2-0 Lions, not a lead, not insurmountable. I mean, never. 2-0 is not insurmountable in soccer. 17:45 remaining on the clock. Haven't seen Sacred Heart put much pressure on the CPA goal, though, so that would need to change for them if they would wish to get back in this game. Here's a ball up toward the direction of the front line, and it was attempted to be played right there by Winkleman. Winkleman is playing up top now with Whitaker. Here's Wegner. Wegner will shoot. Oh, almost bobbled, but Crow comes up with it. Jomo. Well, I would think if the score ends 2-0, CPA would not be perhaps thrilled with this performance, but happy to advance. And that's what they say, right? Survive and advance in tournament play. You just want to get to the next round, whatever that means. Ball played up the side, way down. Still in bounds, staying in bounds. Howell tracking it down. Now it goes out. Throw in for CPA. Jomo will take it. Who else in the game for CPA right now? Let me see if I've missed anybody who came in. Yes, I think. No, it's Curtis still in the middle. Clock at 16:15 to go. Beautiful afternoon here in Chattanooga. The foot of Lookout Mountain, essentially. There's Curtis playing it out toward Smith. Up. Sacred Heart wins it, though. There is easily looking for Whitaker, but Mary Morgan's there. Now the ball. Ball. Long pass. Going to go too far, probably. Mickey Dye will say, yeah, let that one go out of bounds for a goal kick. Maybe McCullough wearing 29 today, is it? It might be Mallory. Not sure why she's not wearing her familiar number 21, if that's Mallory. Anyway, a little embarrassing on my part. Back in comes Andrus, and also in the game is Hannah Ruff. I know that much for sure. 14 on the left mid, and who else? That's it. Header by Curtis toward Andrus. Now it comes back to Wampler, and Mason will go. Oh, nice pass from McCullough, if that is her. Oh, Andrus looking. I thought maybe she was going to shoot it. I think she attempted to cross it toward Ruff. Went out of bounds. Goal kick. So, resetting here. Lions lead 2-0. Goals were scored by Curtis on a header on a corner kick in the first half with about 3 minutes to go. And about a minute and a half later, it was Olivia Ball, unassisted, I think, on a long shot from outside that went over the keeper's head. 2-0 Lions, 14:40 to go. Should they win, they would play Chattanooga Christian here tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central Time. Same field. A little later. Probably a little bit chillier. Who knows by then. 2 more games to follow this afternoon here. White House and Notre Dame play at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock our time. And then Liberty takes on CAK out of Knoxville at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Those 2 winners would play tomorrow at 6:30 in the night game. So that means that there'd be a day off Friday, and then Saturday you'll have a game played at GPS at 11 a.m. Eastern, the final. CAK, the defending champion. Obviously they reloaded. Here's a header, almost. Oh, Andrus is almost there. Here's Mary Morgan. Mary Morgan will take a step. Andrus couldn't quite get a head on that one. Die. Now Mary Morgan. Crossing and out of bounds. Goal kick. Couldn't quite get around that one enough to pull it back away from the goal. So good cross right there a minute ago, and Andrus had a chance. Couldn't quite get her head on it. Been an active, busy afternoon for Crow, the keeper. Read the stories in the Jackson Sun the other day talking about Coach Odom, how excited they were to make it this far and what it means for a program in its second year in existence to reach the state tournament. That's huge for Sacred Heart. So kudos to them. Howell now, though Graham has it, playing it up toward Winkleman. Challenging out of bounds, off, they're going to say off of Winkleman that time. 12:45. Lions in control for the most part. They haven't had much pressure put on the goal. Meredith Roman hasn't had a lot of activity back there today. I don't think there have been any shots on goal, actually. I haven't seen any. I don't think there have been any corner kicks either taken by Sacred Heart. So it's been mostly on CPA's offensive side. Ah, nice move by Mary Morgan right there. Beautiful little step over move. Andrus, can she beat Sacred Heart to the ball? She did get past Nelson that time. It'll be a throw in for the Lions. Fans now trying to get a little bit something going. It's been a really quiet crowd the past this whole half, I would say. Howell up to Curtis. Right now, looking at the field, I think Winkleman. Well, there she is. Through ball cut off by Lee. That would have been trouble for CPA. They had Winkleman and Whitaker both heading toward goal. Push call that time or trip. It'll be a free kick for CPA taken by Howell momentarily. Going down. Who is that over there? Is that Curtis? Uh-oh. No, it's not Curtis. I don't think. Maybe I'm hoping it's a cramp. From this vantage point, it appears like it. Oh, hope it's nothing serious. Here comes Coach Gagliano. We talked about depth. Give credit to Sacred Heart. They are playing gutsy soccer right now with basically a really thin bench and not much in the way of a lot of subs. CPA has been subbing a lot, so they should be fresher. But Lady Knights have been playing with quite a bit of energy and courage out there. It's Curtis. It is Curtis. I hope she's okay, obviously. Looking at her, is it a knee? Boy. Here comes, who's that looking at her? Trainer. So we are stopped with 11:32 on the clock, and gives a chance to just kind of, Lindsay gets up on her, and will she get off on her own power? Yes. Well, that's a good sign that she's walking. That may have been the trainer for either the tournament or Sacred Heart gave her a look. Of course, we at CPA are blessed to have good trainers. We have Matt Weitzel and Anna King with Matt with Star Physical Therapy. Anna also teaching fitness classes at the academy and among other things. So great group there. They are nice cross from Howell. Here's Dye looking for Andrus, going to go out of bounds, I think, yes. Of course, with everything else going on at school, the football going on and middle school sports and soccer, and until recently there was volleyball. It's been a busy fall for the training staff. Looking across, I see Maurice Patton, once again from the Tennessean, down here covering the game, among other reporters. I'm not sure if Jackson's here or not. Usually Chattanooga media will cover this tournament as well. Header by Conley. Comes back, though, to Nelson. Nelson out of bounds. Clock running again, under 11 minutes to go. Second half feels like it's gone a little bit more slowly than the first. Well, that one break right there. Looking to see if I see Lindsay. Lindsay appeared to be walking it off. She's kind of nice spin by Wampler. Wampler, right-footed shot. What a save. Good shot, but a really nice save by Lauren Crow that time. Outstanding. Well, you can see part of the reason why Sacred Heart has been successful this year has to do with goalkeeping by the freshman. Yes, Lauren is a freshman. I'd say watch out for Sacred Heart in the years to come with that group of young freshmen and sophomores. 8 freshmen and sophomores along with a bunch of juniors, only 1 senior. Here's a pass to Wampler. Wampler. Mason still has the ball. Mason in toward Andrus, but it was going to be played out by the Lady Knights. Howell to Jomo. Back to Howell, a little bit dangerous right there, but now to Conley in the midfield, holding midfielder probably. There's Lee. Lee out to Jomo. No trouble right now, really. Well, I say that until maybe the ball's lost. Yes, it's won that time by Graham. Graham, what will she do? Crossing it off the leg. Now played back by Whitaker, but it comes to Andrus. That was probably the deepest penetration in CPA's defensive third that we've seen of the game, I think, by Sacred Heart that time. Played up by Sobchak. Here's Bistolfi. No, that wasn't. Yes, it was. No, it wasn't actually. That was Moore. Thank you. Smith. Andrus tries to head it up. Goes out of bounds, though. Yeah, that's Mallory. I'm almost positive. All right. The Lions lead 2-0, 8:45. Can they hang on here and advance to the semifinal game, which will be tomorrow afternoon? Same place, 3 o'clock Central Time, against the host school, Chattanooga Christian. They came in with a record of, let me see if I have it, 15-4-4. Here's a nice move. Still possessed by Sacred Heart. Shot coming, blocked by Conley right there. There was a shot attempted by Odom. Out of bounds Lions now have, that's twice now that Sacred Heart's been putting a little bit of pressure on CPA's defensive third, but now it's out of bounds off of the Lady Knights. 2 subs coming in for the Lions in a moment. Right now, yes. Under 8 minutes to go in this game. Beautiful setting right here in Chattanooga. CCS. Oops. All right. Thrown by Smith to Ball. Out of bounds off of her head, though. Who came in for CPA? Let's see if I got this straight. Nobody yet. Well, Dye, let's see. Who else back in? It appears to be pretty much the starters for the Lions right now, for the most part. Ball played in the box. Howell clears it up high. And it goes to Andrus. Andrus, long through pass to Wegner. She'll get there, I think. Wegner is so speedy, as is Maddie Andrus. Looking for Dye. Nice. Kara still wins the ball. Taps it off toward Wampler. Little 1-2 right there. Wegner putting pressure on Bastolfi. Back to Conley. Conley now plays the Dye. Dye to Wampler. Nice move there. Will she shoot? Will she shoot? Will she shoot? Not yet. She'll try to pass it. Offside is going to be the call. Well, maybe. Yeah, the flag is up if the referee will see it. Didn't see it, but yes, he saw it now finally. Offside was the call. Wegner was in the offside position. The pass was made to her. Referee over here, flag went up. The head referee in the middle didn't see it for a while, but it'll be the call. 6:15 to go. Sacred Heart has put a little bit of pressure on CPA's end just the past couple minutes. See if that continues, if they can get anything going here, or will the Lions hang on and win this one and preserve the shutout for Meredith Roman. Olivia Ball. Ball cuts back inside. Ball now to Conley. Caroline over to back to Michaela Lee, and then Howell. Womp. Dye. I would think that Coach Gagliano will have a few things to say to this team about playing a little bit differently tomorrow. They not as crisp, I think, as they know they can be. I'll put it that way today. Wegner. Cross. Wampler wins the ball. Nice job by Mason. What will she do? Will she crack one? Oh, what a pass. Oh, just past the outstretched left foot of Maddie Andrus. What a nice idea, though, by Mason Wampler. She cut across the field and then played the ball back through the 18, and Maddie was right there, but it just went beyond her reach. Sub coming in now for Sacred Heart. And CPA. Lindsay Curtis is back in. Out will go Wampler. Back in for Sacred Heart that time. It's easily. I'm not sure who went out, but 4:40. Mickey Dye. Shot over. Man, that was her range right there, too, right outside the box. Mickey Dye can crank that stuff from right there. And that time it just went a little bit up in the air on her. Dye, Tennessee Tech commitment for next year. Lions have several college signees. I know Lindsay is going to be playing at King College next season. Her sister plays over at UT Martin. Michaela Lee, I think will be playing somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where, though. Here's Olivia Ball trying to win it. She will win a foul call that time. This game's been a very clean game. I should mention that. That's good to see that. Both teams, they don't know each other very well at all until today, and there's no animosity. It's just been pretty cleanly played game. Nothing in the way of, angry, any kind of exchanges or physical, dirty play. Howell, nice save by Crow. Howell cranked it at the goal, out of bounds. Good job by Howell to just say, hey, the keeper is looking into the sun. I'm going to crank this ball right at her, right at the goal. Crow gets a hug from a defender, Sopchak. Good save by Lauren. She's made several good saves today. And she's a freshman, so she's got a big upside and a lot of years left. Ball. Plays it off of the defender. Wins a corner kick there. Does Ball playing against Odom. So here comes Howell again. 3-12. Can CPA add a third goal? Doesn't matter at this point. Well, it always matters. You want to score, but they are comfortably ahead at this point. 3 minutes to go. Lions appear to be poised to make it to the semifinals once again. Here's Howell. Beautiful cross. Headed in. Oh, what a save. My goodness, it was Curtis again. Lindsey Curtis headed the ball from Howell, and there was Crow to dive down to her right and make the save. Wow. Exciting action right there. Almost a goal, but a nice save on the ground, right on the goal line by Crow. 2:30 remaining. Sub coming in for Sacred Heart coming in the game is Leon, defender. How do you?
Leon.
Rocio. Thank you. Rocio Leon is in. I bet you Coach Odom probably gets everybody in the game offside. Going to be the call right there. Wegner was offside, I think, from this angle. A good step or so offside. I would think Coach Odom would get everybody in. I don't know for sure, but that would be good to have a chance to say you played in the state tournament. Lions, are they subbing much? I'm not seeing that right now. Got to tell you, folks, to be honest with you, I'm on some pretty strong cough medicine today. Recovering from a sinus infection, some serious cough medicine. So if I'm a little bit dazed, it's not more dazed than normal. That's because of that. I'm always dazed a little bit. Okay, here's Sacred Heart with a chance. Howell is there to shield away Winkleman. Good play by Michaela Howell. Now Jomo has it. Jomo off the back line to Die. Can't quite get there, though. Die, yes, wins it from easily. Now Smith plays it way up toward Dot. Oh, what a ball to Andress. Andress, can she get there, though? She's chasing hard against Mary Claire Hatch. Hatch, no. Can she clear it? No. Andress has it and can't quite get much power on that. Is she okay? She's holding her leg. Hold on. Get up. Maddie. Maddie is gimping. And I hope she's okay. Under a minute to go in this game. Lions are going to advance against a gutsy Sacred Heart team. Making its first ever appearance at a state tournament. And you have to say, probably not their last, based on their young players and the fact that they're a brand new program, basically. Here's Olivia Ball against Easley. Ball will just shield it off. Oh, what a move by Olivia. Long ball toward Andress, gets a head on it. Who's going? Wegner's chasing. Crow is there, though, near the top of the box. Now 15 seconds, so last chance for anybody to do anything right here. Die. Conley. Clock is at 3 seconds. She'll shoot it. And the game is capped off by a nice save by Lauren Crow. Lions will win. That was really an appropriate way to end it, actually, I'll say. Lions win 2-0, but a good save by Lauren Crow, emblematic of her day, making a bunch of good saves. End result, though, Lions move on. So congratulations, CPA, for advancing to the semifinal round tomorrow here from Chattanooga Christian. They will take on the Chattanooga Christian School Chargers in the semifinal game in this side of the bracket. So it'll be Lions 19-2-2 going up against Chattanooga Christian 16-4-4. Sacred Heart will end its season at 15-5-1, and a good season they did have, making it to the state tournament. I want to give a big shout out to Tim once again from Sacred Heart helping us out on camera, and also remind you that there'll be an email sent out about Thanks, Tim. An email sent out about early dismissal options tomorrow, and that will be, I think it's going to be all in the email, the details about when that will happen. There'll be a bus leaving campus at 12. Yeah, and both teams are going to come over now and say thanks to their fans. Here comes Sacred Heart and also CPA. Do you want to go? Go ahead. You can. There's CPA and the Lions and also the Lady Knights getting some love from their fans. So, once again, Lions win this one 2-0 to move on to the semifinal round tomorrow, 3 o'clock Central Time. It'll be broadcast live, we hope, and we hope to see many of you also here in Chattanooga cheering on the girls. So congrats to CPA. This is Phil Newman signing off. We'll see you back at the Academy soon.